Hey guys, how have y'all been? Long time no talk. I know it's been a while that I have recorded a video and chat with you guys or did a check-in, but honestly, I just took some time for myself and I felt like I needed that. So I want to start off by saying happy New Year to you all. I hope everyone is doing well, and of course, check in down below. Let me know what's been going on with you. But let's get into it. You guys remember my last two videos? I talked about how I was feeling mentally. I also talked about losing my job. I also talked about having to leave a job where I was being mentally abused by a previous boss. And then I think my last check-in, I came in telling you guys how sometimes God removes us from a situation and we just kind of put ourselves back in it when he just opens that door for us and we don't pay attention. So I have started working my new job, and honestly, I wanted to just focus and put my best foot forward. It's been a while where I worked somewhere besides the job I left with the lady that was really mentally stressing me out, that I felt this good. And when I say that, I mean like my other job, I don't know what it is. I always went in there with like a ball of anxiety. I think part of it was I knew that I didn't like the job, but more so I knew that the people there, they were draining my energy. So I think it stressed me out before I got in there. Currently where I'm at, I do not feel like that. And I know it's early to say that, but there's a feeling you get when you know you are walking in the right door in the right moment of your life. And that has been the feeling I have been getting with this job. So I started off back at the end of October, in the early beginning of November. So I started off around the peak season. So I trained for like a month, and for that entire month I took everything as serious as I could. I literally had notes for everything. I could show you guys my binder, how big it is of notes, because I'm a big notes taker. I trained for the first month, and then like after the month and maybe 2 weeks later, I officially went to the location that was my location. And I've been busy since then, just hitting the ground running, trying to show up as my best self. And I honestly feel like I've been doing that. I go to work feeling so blessed to be there. I'm grateful. I honestly can say there's a time in your life where you know when you're in the right place at the right time. I don't know if this is going to be somewhere I'm going to stay forever, but at this present moment in my life, this is what I needed. This is where I needed to be, because honestly, this has given me such peace and balance that I needed to step away from where I originally started and take something like this. Because guys, when I'm off, I'm off. My phone does not go off. I don't feel this constant urge to constantly check my phone or check on an email. My other thing is I do have a work computer, but I don't have a work phone. My previous job, I had a work phone and a personal phone and a work computer. It just felt like a lot. And while I loved being, consistently active, I think I took for granted the value of my personal space, and now I'm appreciating that. I have just taken time to regroup mentally for myself. My parents went back home. I don't know if I mentioned that in my last check-in. And then I had a friend staying with us for the holidays. Now that the busy season is over, I'm going to try to slow down, create a schedule to balance out, recording my hair videos, and of course staying on top of work and just balancing everything out in my life. Last year was a really rough year for me. I don't know about anyone else. Like, it emotionally was draining for me. I decided that this year, giving myself grace, moving at my own speed, and just focusing on my mental health. It also was a really big eye-opening year for me with just the people I surround myself with and the positions I was in with people and the positions they were in with me. And I just felt like I outgrew a lot of things and a lot of people, and it wasn't personal. It's not anything bad. It's just that until you go through something where you need people to show up for you, that's when you realize who's really there for you. And that doesn't necessarily mean that they don't love you or they don't care. It just goes to show that your position in their life might not be as important as you thought it was. Put me in a better perspective of understanding that I need to worry more about me and worry less about everyone else. And that's okay. I also promised myself that last year was the last year I was going to put up with anybody's drama. And it's not personal again. It's just sometimes when we are trying to help people who are not ready to be helped, it just becomes really exhausting because you can't, give someone what they're not ready to receive. And I just don't want to deal with anyone's BS because I got my own BS and I need to figure out how to manage that for myself. So that's been my only goal and focus right now. I don't have no big New Year's resolution or any big plans. I just want to focus on being a better person than I was the year before that. I also took the 8 months time that I was home. Guys, I was home for 8 months. That's crazy. But the 8 months that I was home, I started to dive into things that I've been wanting to do. I started listening to a whole bunch of audible books that I had on my wish list. So I'm proud of myself. And I started working on myself overall, like my growth, my maturity, my emotional intelligence, just all of it. That has been what I've been focused on the last year, or I should say over the last 8 months that I was unemployed. And I have to give shout out to the people that are closest to me, my parents, my sisters. Like, I don't know where I would be without those people because they keep me humble, they keep me strong, and they sure as hell remind me that through all that I go through, there's nothing like the support of the people you love and love you, through it all. You're good, you're bad. And I'm so appreciative to have had that. But this year, all I want to do is focus on my mental well-being, not anyone else, just me. Focus on me because there's only one me. And if I don't check in with myself, no one is going to stop and be like, girl, you need to check in with yourself. Woman, I'm looking to be the way I look at things, the way I react to things. I'm growing into that person and I'm proud of myself for it. I'm still around. I'm still going to post. I just want to be able to balance it all. And also just, remain some form of privacy for myself because I'm big on that. Like, I don't know what it is, but I don't want to take for granted I have a private life beyond the camera, and I'll never want the two to collide in a way where I forget what this part of my life means to me and how much it gives me stability. Thank you always for being an awesome support system. I can never say that I don't have an awesome community because you guys have always been an awesome community from day one. And I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart.